Back with clinical psychologist Dr. Jordan Peterson, and Stacy and Tracy are also with us. They say their marriage is in trouble. And today we're asking the question, are you sabotaging your relationship without even knowing it? Stacy, I was caught off guard when you said that you'd actually already printed out the divorce papers. Why haven't you signed them?
Because there's always that hope. There's always the glimmer of hope that we can change. My heart's still in it. I just don't know how to put the pieces back together to make it right.
Dr. Peterson, this is a challenge that I think we're seeing all over the country. You're an expert in this area, so I hand the ball to you.
Well, there's lots of things that are positive about your relationship that are obvious right away. I mean, the first is that you have the grounds of real friendship. The second is you both actually appear to want this to work. I think a lot of your problem is actually practical, to tell you the truth. And I would say it's also not so much a matter of global change. It's like I see things that aren't working in your marriage that will sink a marriage. So, for example, people need to talk to each other for about 90 minutes a week, just about what they're doing in their lives and their problems. You need that.
I love the way that Dr. Peterson, Jordan Peterson, he postures himself directly in front of the couple. Like at first he was sitting back next to Dr. Oz, who is also extremely respected and well known. They were sitting back and they was just preparing for the conversation they were about to have. And then when Dr. Oz threw the ball to Dr. Peterson, he postured himself in a way where he was just letting them know that I'm squaring my shoulders in front of you, so that you know that I'm here for you. I'm speaking directly to you, and I mean well. Everything that I'm saying is for your good. All right. And he also wanted to let them put like I guess if he still had that side setting that he was in and was talking to them sideways, it would have been less personable. They probably would have picked up with less of it. Although he's breaking stuff down, he's looking away right now, but he's also making sure that he has eye contact with them, so that they know if he feels that they're uncomfortable with that, he'll fall back with it a little bit. But as far as why he's an expert in this particular subject, I don't know yet. I don't know how long the man has been married or how successful his marriage is or any of that. Honestly, I don't even know if it matters, because I know that for one, there's a formula for most things to work. And like he started off, he said, you all are already doing well in that you are trying, and that you are here, and that you are seeking help anywhere you can get it, so that it can you can put it in a position to work. So yeah, I mean, this is good right here so far.
90 minutes a week, just about what they're doing in their lives and their problems. You need that. And you need to have a date like at least once a week and probably twice a week. It's absolutely crucial. And then it's also the same with reestablishing a romantic bond. It's like you're not romantically entangled right now because you're alienated from one another, and you might not want to get close physically. But this isn't a matter of wanting to begin with. It's a matter of having to in order to rekindle what's going on in your relationship.
Absolutely. And that's something that my wife and I, of 24 years in August 8. We got married August 8, 98. I don't know why we did that specifically, probably so we can remember it. 8898. But they're absolutely correct. Sometimes you can get tired of the person that you see every single day, the person that you go through all of these things with on a daily basis. And the biggest love of your life can actually be your biggest enemy sometimes, because they're the closest that you can take out your frustrations on. So you got to make sure that you still do the things that made you guys fall in love in the first place. So she and I, we make sure that we every single day, when it's time to eat dinner, I don't care how busy my day is, how many videos I got to shoot, edit, how many business meetings I got to have, or consultations, whatever it is. I don't care if I'm behind and I haven't edited one video and it's late at night. When it's time for us to eat dinner, I make sure that I'm sitting next to her or across from her so I can see how her day was, how how she's feeling, what type of headspace she's in, what type of emotional state she's in. Let her know where I am. You know what I mean? Just get a feel for my mate, the person that's helping me run this family. And also, we try our best to schedule a day out of the week for us to go away to a restaurant or just to do something, go for a drive. But we still try and go out once a week. And if we don't, I'll just go out to a place where she enjoys eating their food and I'll go pick it up and bring it home, sit down, we eat with each other, have conversations as if we're out at the restaurant. And we do it in one of her favorite parts of the house where it seems like, you know what I mean? It seems really nice and classy and whatnot. So we definitely, I agree with this part of what he's saying. It's definitely important.
Another. And you might not want to get close physically, but this isn't a matter of wanting to begin with. It's a matter of having to
yeah.
in order to rekindle what's going on in your relationship. And so I would say, and the last thing I would say is it's probably useful for you guys to sit down and figure out how to distribute the duties in your life, because it's a big part of your life. And I would say to what you should do practically, since you do appear to like each other and you want the relationship to work, is to start micro-negotiating, so you know who's responsible for what. And you want to fight and argue about that till you get it straight.
I've heard you say that don't agree to things you don't agree to.
Yeah. Well, that's a great negotiating issue.
Is that something you think is happening? Do you feel like that, either of you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's a hint about that. So it's okay to say no to things. You want to only say yes to things that you agree with, especially when you realize you're going to repeat them endlessly, right? So you have a right to say no. If you're an agreeable person, then, which is a personality trait associated with warmth and compassion, it's really easy to try to please someone else.
And he's trying in his best way not to offend the woman when he says this, because that's usually how the women rock. You know, those are the agreeable ones. And the men are firm, and we stick to what we want and what we don't want.
Which is a personality trait associated with warmth and compassion. It's really easy to try to please someone else. And you can tell if you're doing that too much if you get resentful. You know how terrible that is. And so even though it's a battle to do that negotiation, it's way better than ending up in the situation that you're in.
What about really small things?
Well, that's another thing, you know.
Small things build up
people
the
think,
big
well,
things.
we shouldn't fight. It's like, no, you should fight a lot, but you should make up. So you fight because there's problems, like who should do what? That's a big problem. How are we going to handle our finances? That's a big problem. How are we going to handle our mutual careers and the trouble of having children? Of course you're going to argue about that because you don't see things the same way. Think, well, but what you want to do is you want to argue towards peace. Fight, make up, make peace, make an agreement, move forward.
And then fight again.
And then fight again, yeah. Well, eventually.
Hold on. And then fight again. What about making sweet love? You got to make some sweet, passionate love. Huh? You got to make sure that you bang, bang, bang. At least a little bit, poquito. Or at least, even if you're not banging, okay? And I hate to say that word, banging. That sounds so daggone barbaric. Even if you're not getting intimate in that way, flirt, compliment, tease, not even in a teasing like a feather or wearing any leather and mask and all those other things, but tease in a way like poke fun and on at something that you know will not trigger something bad about them, something that. Because I know my wife, she makes fun of me all the time. I was down here. I'm in the process of trying to work out and get a little bit of weight on me, a little mass, because I've been a slim guy all my life. It's been working some instances. It hasn't yet, but I've been down in the basement doing squats and push-ups and stuff. And she came down here and she saw me doing squats. And when she saw me doing squats, she said, "What? Are you trying to get a fat butt or something?" I said, "No, I'm not trying to get no fat butt." Because that's, you know, the women love doing squats. And when you go to the gym, people run away from leg day, not women. Women do leg day every day, just like men do chest day every day. I don't know why. That's why we're always big up top with super slim, skinny, toothpick legs. And the women always got them thick, muscular legs and everything. So yeah, but she picks on me, I pick on her, but we know it's all in love, and we do the same thing for the kids too. I mean, it's healthy. As far as fighting is concerned, I don't think everybody's built for fighting. I think that's good advice coming from both of them, Dr. Oz and Jordan Peterson. But everyone's not built for that. Like, you got to know your person. You definitely want to know your person, because sometimes people say things that everyone can't get over. Like, if you're fighting and playing the blame game, because that's what happens when people get into arguments. No one wants to accept responsibility or be accountable for something. So they will play the blame game. And when they play that blame game, it can get dirty. It can get dirty. But you want to make sure you do it in a proper manner, where both parties understand that they're being heard. They know that they're being respected. And that it's all love, no matter how the conversation goes. Because they just need to know that we're not going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. We're doing this for us. We're doing this for our future. These negotiations are happening because this essentially is a business we're running, and we want to be successful. And this is just another meeting that we're having. And all meetings are not going to be comfortable. That's pretty much it. So yeah.
Make peace, make an agreement, move forward.
And then fight again.
And then fight again, yeah. Well, eventually what'll happen, the fights will get farther apart, and then they'll decrease in intensity. That's what'll happen, but that can take a long time.
Yeah, that was good. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and now we are all the LFR family. Make sure y'all go fight with your loved ones in a peaceful, sexy way. All right? No swinging at them. Don't hit them. Don't hit them unless they like it. Even if they like the dangerous, no dangerous hitting. Unless they like it. Don't hit them. But they might like it. I don't know. I'll see y'all in the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Love y'all.